Just for your information, the Anapanasati in this book is actually the Vipassana. In this book, the whole book here on the Maha Satipatthana, you have the Anapanasati here in this book. In the beginning, there is on the kaya, on the body. So the Anapanasati here in this book is Vipassana, leads to enlightenment. Previously, when the Bodhisattva, before he attained enlightenment, he is only doing samatha on the breath, in and out, and achieve nimittas, sign of calmness. Then he enters into jhana, absorption. From the fifth absorption, then he goes to abhinya citta, psychic mind. And from the psychic mind, he gained enlightenment by way of Dhammanupassana, dependent origination. Going through the origination, the cause of suffering, then he take out the cause of suffering, then he gain enlightenment by way of dependent origination. So that is Dhammanupassana. But in this book, you find the Anapanasati here, in this book. But it is specifically for Vipassana, for wisdom meditation. Because it goes through the long and the short, it goes through the impermanence, it goes through the release. Now, if you go back and read carefully, you will see the Anapanasati. It covers the calming down, and then it goes to the end of it. Thus, he practiced internally, practiced externally, internally and externally. Then he practiced the arising of breath, and the cessation of breath, of mindfulness, that this is only the body, now clearly established in him. Just enough for knowledge into reality, insight. Just enough for knowledge into reality, and just enough for mindfulness. And we remain completely detached, clinging to nothing in the world, detached. Whereas in the Anapanasati, in jhana, it is attached, holds on to the breath object. But in this Vipassana, completely detached, because he sees the beginning, sees the continue, sees the end, sees the arising, sees the cessation. So the Anapanasati here, in this Maha Satipatthana, is purely Vipassana, wisdom meditation. So it is not covered under jhana, absorption. So you see that in these pages, the Buddha never talked about absorption, never talked about jhana, Anapanasati leading to jhana absorption. No. From the Anapanasati, it goes directly to wisdom meditation. So there is no absorption. So there are writers and some meditation teacher who says that you must get into absorption first by way of Anapanasati. Then only can you gain enlightenment, can you gain insight into the nature. It is not true. It is not so, because the Buddha never say that. Now you go back and read again on the Anapanasati, the Buddha never say this Anapanasati leading to jhana, leading to absorption, and from the absorption leading to wisdom. No, never say that. The Buddha say from this Anapanasati, from this breath, you start to see the beginning and the end of the breath. Then you build up this mindfulness for the release. Now if you see this, the first page here, what is this meditation for? Then the Buddha says very clearly, this book, you find that in this page, there, on the page 2. Monks, this is the only way to the purification of beings, not for jhana. The Buddha never say this Anapanasati for jhana. No. For overcoming sorrow and lamentation, eradication of pain and sadness, grief, for gaining the right path, right method, for the realization of Nibbana, namely the fourfold establishment of mindfulness. So the Buddha say very clearly, all these in the book, in the Maha Satipatthana, is for the right path, is for realization, for vipassana, not for absorption. So those teachers who teach us that you must get into absorption first before you can gain realization, in the Anapanasati taught by the Buddha, it is not so. It is not true. It is not true. The Buddha spoke very clearly that the whole book here, including Anapanasati, is for wisdom, not for absorption. You don't find a word of absorption in this book. You go through this whole book, you never come into one word that mentions jhana, that is absorption, jhana. Samatha, jhana. So in other words, after the Bodhisattva gained enlightenment, the Anapanasati taught by the Buddha is purely wisdom meditation. Purely wisdom meditation. Okay? Insight meditation. So it has nothing to do with absorption or jhana. Clear now? You go back and read it carefully again, so you won't get confused if people were to tell you that you must first get jhana through Anapanasati before you can gain enlightenment. No, it is not so. You just ask them, in this Maha Satipatthana, where is it written that there is this jhana taught by the Buddha? There is this absorption taught by the Buddha. Have you read the book? You go back and read again and tell me if there is any one word there, jhana, in this whole book. No, there is no jhana. There is no absorption. Because this Satipatthana, Anapanasati, taught by the Buddha, is wisdom meditation. For the right path, for the realization, for the overcoming of pain and grief. Okay? Got it?